In modern laboratories, managing samples is not just about logging them into a system, it's about ensuring accuracy, compliance, and speed right from the moment they arrive. That's exactly what Qualis LIMS delivers. A configurable laboratory information management system built to empower quality control and research labs across regulated and non-regulated environments. In Qualis LIMS, dynamic sample registration makes it easy to handle the wide variety of samples that come into the lab every day. Using flexible sample registration templates, users can capture metadata that adapts to the type of sample being logged, whether it's environmental, clinical, or food. Once received, samples are formally registered, and metadata such as batch number, lot, source, collection date, and storage condition are entered. The system then automatically fetches the latest approved specifications for that sample type. For instance, a sample subjected to wet chemistry analysis might load tests for appearance, boiling point, color, etc. An environmental sample can be associated with tests like heavy metal analysis, microbial analysis, pH, and turbidity. A food sample might bring up checks for microbiological limits, nutrition analysis, allergens, etc. Samples can be pre-registered, so labs can log samples even before they physically arrive. This helps in planning resources ahead of time. Flexibility is key. Users can update or modify specifications as needed, ensuring the workflow adapts to the unique nature of each sample. Qualis LIMS also provides sample registration templates, which are user-configurable input forms where organizations can design their own layouts, decide which metadata fields are required, and tailor them to different sample categories. For example, a clinical lab might create a patient-centric template with demographic fields and clinical study IDs. A manufacturing QC lab might create templates for incoming raw materials, in-process samples, and final products. An R&D lab might design templates for experiment-based samples with project codes and researcher details. Templates ensure consistency across the organization, reduce errors, and speed up registration. Once registered, each sample is given a unique sample ID, generated in a configurable format, and a barcode label for accurate tracking. If samples require additional verification, they can be placed in quarantine until released. Damaged, expired, or mislabeled samples can be rejected with reasons logged for a clear audit trail. Even individual tests within a sample can be cancelled while valid tests continue uninterrupted. As traceability matters, documents like chain of custody records, certificates of analysis, or raw instrument outputs can be attached directly to the sample or its tests. Users can also log handling instructions, comments, and observations, all in one place. Once samples are in, Qualis LIMS takes the guesswork out of job allocation. Samples are automatically routed to the appropriate lab section. Allocation can be done manually, where an authorized user selects the analyst and the instrument. Alternatively, Qualis LIMS can pre-configure assignments to eliminate delays. Compliance is built in. Only certified analysts for a particular technique are displayed. Only calibrated and maintained instruments appear as options. This ensures that no test is ever performed on the wrong equipment or by unqualified personnel. To optimize resources, Qualis LIMS allows labs to reserve analysts and instruments for a defined duration, preventing scheduling conflicts. Multiple analysts can even be assigned to the same test when collaboration is needed. For managers, the calendar view provides real-time visibility into availability of users and instruments. If schedules shift, reallocating is as simple as a few clicks, keeping work moving without bottlenecks. Once a test is allocated, analysts can begin capturing results with complete flexibility. Qualis LIMS supports multiple modes of result entry. Manual data entry, importing results from Excel for high-throughput labs, or using default values or preset results where applicable. But Qualis LIMS goes far beyond just recording numbers. Each test is linked to the latest approved specifications where upper and lower limits for each test parameter can be configured. As analysts enter results, Qualis LIMS automatically compares them against defined limits, immediately flagging any out-of-specification or out-of-trend values. This proactive flagging ensures that deviations are caught in real time, reducing the risk of oversight. This saves valuable time and ensures compliance with regulatory standards. For laboratories using both Qualis LIMS and EudraLex ELN, the integration creates even more efficiency. Data of interest from analytical instruments such as pH meters, chromatograms, mass spectroscopy, etc., can be captured. Advanced calculations can be performed in EudraLex ELN, and calculated results can be transferred to Qualis LIMS with a single click. This eliminates duplicate data entry, ensures consistency between research and QA or QC activities, and builds a unified digital lab ecosystem. Alongside results, analysts can also record the equipment, materials used, attach raw data files such as chromatograms, spectra, or images, add contextual comments or observations. This ensures that every result is traceable, reproducible, and fully auditable. Once all results are captured and validated, the tests are automatically moved to the review stage, ready for expert verification. Once results are entered, they move seamlessly into the review and approval stage, where Qualis LIMS ensures that no detail is overlooked. Reviewers see not only the raw results but also auto-flagged OOS/OOT values highlighted for immediate attention, supporting attachments such as chromatograms, spectra, or chain of custody records. Instead of manually scanning through endless data points, reviewers can focus their attention exactly where it's needed, on exceptions, anomalies, and flagged values. Depending on the outcome, reviewers can validate and pass results if they meet the specifications, request retesting or recalculation, with a system automatically creating a new job order, escalate to higher-level reviewers if further expertise is required. Before final release, approvers have the option to decide which comments, attachments, and supporting data should appear in the certificate of analysis or internal report. This means regulatory bodies may receive just the validated data, while internal stakeholders can see the full context, including remarks and raw files. Qualis LIMS leverages its built-in reporting tool, StimulSoft, in turning data into decisions. Reports can be customized to meet any organizational or regulatory requirement. Examples include sample tracking reports to monitor where samples are in the process, instrument calibration reports to support calibration and compliance audits, material consumption reports to track reagents and consumables used, batch release reports for manufacturing QA. Reports can be exported in multiple formats: PDF, Word, Excel, or XML, ensuring seamless submission to regulatory agencies or sharing with stakeholders. Running a lab means keeping track of hundreds of moving parts: samples, instruments, approvals, and results. With Qualis LIMS, supervisors get a live dashboard that shows everything at a glance: how many samples came in, what's in progress, and what's pending release. You'll also see instrument calibration schedules, resource usage, and team workloads, all in one place. Automated alerts step into flag delays, upcoming maintenance, or compliance risks before they become problems. It's like having a smart assistant that keeps your lab running smooth, efficient, and always audit-ready. From sample registration to final reporting, Qualis LIMS delivers a seamless, compliant, and flexible workflow. It adapts to every type of laboratory, whether you're testing blood samples in a clinical trial, validating a new drug compound, monitoring food safety, or analyzing environmental pollutants. With templates for consistency, automation for efficiency, and compliance built into every step, Qualis LIMS is not just a system, it's your partner in delivering reliable science, faster.